that people will actually watch this and listen. If you are a grown woman and you have a young daughter, even for the older ones, you need to still be praying that God will protect them. But this one, if you have children, don't let anybody call them their wife, carry them, put on their lap, they are rotating see, these things used to be normal things, but the world is so perverted now. You can't even trust anybody. Are you mad? Your father and your brother destroyed the life of a young girl, and not just her entire family, because that family is never going to recover from that.
I saw the mother's interview.
Do you know what it means to lose somebody? Even the few times that I've seen men come out to talk about their sexual abuse stories, they had fellow men in the comments telling them to swear that they did not enjoy it and everything. Yeah. It's always the men too that will try to water down your experiences and tell you that, "Beggy, are you not a man? Suck it up." So if when you see women taking up cases of assault against other women personally, don't come out and start telling us about how men get abused too and all.
Welcome to Explained on Relufe TV. My name is AY with a double O, and of course you know how we do it on Explained. We talk about controversial topics on the app X, formerly known as Twitter.
And I'm R to the E to the vitamin baby. And well, today is we've come with a sad topic, right? And it's something that has had literally a lot of Nigerians in their feelings over the last week, and I mean, it's really heartbreaking, right? The story of Ochaya over the week. Justice for Ochaya has been trending on X, on TikTok, basically everywhere on social media. Now, the backstory is that Ochaya was an 8-year-old girl. They lived in one village in Benue State. So her parents, in a bid to give Ochanya education, because then the schools were not operating in her community. So they sent Ochanya to her auntie's place. That's the mom's sister's place, to go and just, further her education. She was 8 years old at the time. And then along the line, her cousin, the son of her auntie, started to rape her. Yes, and it happened for a while, and then the sister caught him and reported him to her dad, and then the dad in turn started raping her as well. So it was both the cousin and her uncle, both father and son, who were raping this little girl. And this went on for about 5 years till she was 13, right? And then she fell sick. She developed VVF, vesical vaginal fistula. It's a disease whereby, she starts to excrete from, it's like she cannot hold anything in, right? Every single thing that she takes into her comes out. So usually they would have a surgery to direct everything to start coming out, I think, from the small intestine or something. It's called a colostomy, right? But then even for her, she could not even be advised to have that surgery as at the time that the whole thing was out, because she was already very damaged and there was nothing that could be done to rescue her. And then along the line, she died. Now this trended for a while, I think in 2018 or thereabout, and the perpetrators were actually discharged and acquitted. They were let go. And so recently it came out again, the news came out again, and people have taken it even more seriously. They're seriously demanding that Ochaya gets justice, and that is the current situation right now. So that is the backstory for the Justice for Ochaya trend. And it is so heartbreaking, really.
Very sad. The big question from my end is, does anyone really get justice in Nigeria? Like, now they are alive.
Honestly.
Nine win.
Honestly.
Don't die.
So
in anything
important.
that happens to you in Nigeria, especially if you're a Nigerian in Nigeria, in anything that happens to you, don't lose your life over it. I mean, Ochaya didn't have a choice over, do you understand? But I mean, for adults, for people that are sad, depressed, in anything that happens to you, don't lose your life, because once you are 6 feet down, that's where it ends. Justice for Mohbad. I saw a meme. It was supposed to be funny, but this is, a sensitive situation. Oh, justice for Ochanya, and then someone did Mohbad, and Mohbad is,
Somebody actually said Mohbad, even Mohbad will not get justice. Who can't be Ochanya? I mean, people have been saying a lot of things, but I always say it here that take the blame away from the victim. Don't blame the victim. This was a child. I don't even know what this was a child, an 8-year-old child. How, I don't even understand how pedophilia works, because what is it about an 8-year-old child's body that is exciting?
They don't need the body. The body is not exciting to them. They just it's fantasy, they just enjoy being in charge, being in control, because an 8-year-old will not even react. Do you understand? But I also think that now you find out that those people involved, both the guy will also come out and tell you that, it had happened to him before. Now I'm going to be a bit vulnerable on show, because I can relate to a similar experience.
Can't we all?
Now I was about 7, 8. My mom had taken me to one of their friends, house, right? And they just called at night to say, I forgot my underwear or something. And Nami know why my underwear in the bathroom. So this woman had this help that for one reason or the other, I don't think I was 8. I must have been younger. But she was just, touching me in the bathroom. For whatever reason, it was strange.
Who?
The house help of the woman in question.
A woman?
A lady, yeah.
Wow.
A female house help. I remember what she looks like. Like right now, if I see her, I'm going to say that she, and was all sort of things in the bathroom. But I mean, I just knew that I went on with the flow, and for one reason or the other, I'd forgotten my underwear in the house. And I'm just happy that did not shape who I am. Some people have that experience, and over time they start to enjoy being in the same. I mean, how does lesbianism start? Do you understand? But that is just one situation. Now imagine how many that guy now can come out and say that they molested him as a child, as well as why he's giving back this energy to society and a whole lot of, and that's why we tell parents to be cautious. Watch your children, check what they are doing. People think that it's all spiritual. They say don't let them watch this particular cartoon, don't let them, you cannot be overprotective of a child, but it's very important that you are aware of. I'm not blaming my parents for not being aware of, I mean, I lied. I said I went to the toilet or something and I forgot to wear.
Yeah,
they didn't think
just
much of it.
Something about how we would always tell stories to cover it up.
Just cover it up.
So inherently, we always knew that it was wrong. Do you understand? And I think the fear of being judged, because trust me, I also have stories, right?
Why? This is why.
I also have stories. There was a time, at this point, you can gather 8 women in your room, and about 9 of them already have sexual assault stories. There was a time when I was still in uni, so me and my friends were just talking, and we started talking about how that, what had happened to us and stuff. And then I was like, if I can find any girl now that does not have any sexual abuse story, I'm going to hug her, because gosh. So one of my friends was like, hug me then, because I don't have any, and I was like, my God, I'm so happy for you. I pray that you never experience it. So we continued the conversation. I was even up to like 2 minutes, so she was like, revival, come on, take your hug, man.
I remember.
She has remembered, and it was not just even one experience. And it's just crazy, because why are you doing this to people? Like, I can never rationalize it. If you're so pressed, you need to have sex. I mean, there are sex workers, right?
They're toys.
Forget that whether it's the meaning or not, that is what they call themselves. That is the profession that they do. And they are exactly, and they give it out at a very discounted price. So why don't you go there?
Discounted.
I don't know what price is there.
I showered their own discount.
Okay. Gosh. And why? Why, like, why do we have to beg not to be raped? Why do we have to live in fear?
Till today, if I see men looking at me, that's why I'm not saying that but I hate it when I see like 5 men in the same space.
I'm not just entering there. I'm not
triggered
going
because I know that you will sexualize me. You will look at me from up. I'm always very angry. So on the road, I'm walking like, don't even try me.
There was a day I was to get on a bus. I was going to get on a bus, and I put my leg. I looked inside and I saw it was all men. I immediately went back. They're like, why you they fear now? Because now only man. You never know see some women wicked past me. I said, thank you, sir. No, they go. You people should be going because I didn't even want to hear any story. Before you know, before you know that somebody is touching you. And the truth is that a lot of these men are enablers. They know this. They don't see it as anything now. First of all, you are going in market
touching women in the bus.
Yes,
that is wild.
Gosh, a friend of mine told me a story recently. Like this girl got on a bike. She had to share a bike with another man. You know, I would never do that. But that's not even the issue now. Do you know that this man masturbated and came on her before they got to where they were going? And she told me this story. I was frozen because I also have a similar experience. Now, this was not even me. So before you even say, why was she sharing a bike with somebody? To know how it is very stupid to blame victims. There was a time I went to, so when I was staying in Ecosod in it's off campus, Uniben. So there was this big store where we used to go and buy things from. So I went there with my roommate. I was there, I stood there, and this guy came from behind. And so before I know it, something would just touch me, and I would look back, nothing, and I would move. I would move to another spot. Before you know it again, the guy has come, he has passed there. And so I was not really reading any meaning to it until I now stood somewhere for a longer period of time, and I noticed that something was poking me, like poking and poking. So as I turned back, this guy had come on my shirt. So are you now going to say, why was I there? Do you understand? Why was I there in an open place? In an open place. So it just shows you that a lot of these people, I think
some men are dogs. No, like I'm not unapologetically DOG. God. And the society, I was in a bus. The lady was shouting that this man was touching her. Women were in that bus.
Exactly.
They were quiet. The driver did not throw that man out of the bus. Everybody was quiet.
I hate how we have normalized a lot because this girl, the wife of this man, was aware. They did 11 tests for this girl to know that this thing, when she started complaining of feeling sick, they started doing tests. This woman hid 11 test results. She hid 11 test results in a bid to protect her husband and her son. You are protecting pedophiles. Like, how do you
do the same to your child?
The same way that the husband will go and sleep with that girl is the same thing he will use to come and sleep with you. And you are condoning it. I don't even understand why are we always so hell-bent on protecting abusers? You never find me there. Do you understand? This is a child, and it's not like they were the ones in charge of this girl's funding her school and everything. No. Her parents were sending money for this girl. It was just because there was no school in their community. So this girl, and when I listened to her interview, the girl was sounding so bright, like she was so eloquent in her speech. To know that this girl was a bright young light that had just been cut short.
Because some people cannot keep their opinions
and they are roaming free. The guy, they say the guy has a record label. The man is born.
I want to understand why they are roaming free.
Church.
I want to understand it. What's happening now? What's the situation?
So I don't know. The case, they said the case has been reopened now. I think from what they said the evidence that were presented were not tallying.
And that's what I hate about law. I that's one thing that I dislike about the law. Yeah. Until the evidence match. I mean, there's no case.
Well, that I can understand why we hate it right now because, until we're on the receiving end, we might not really appreciate. But I believe that some laws can be reviewed. Honestly, it can be reviewed because I didn't even see. Forget law. Say for me, rapists should just be burnt at stake. They should just be burnt. like, there's another case of a man that raped his 2 and 5-year-old daughters. There's another one. I saw a video of this guy forcing his penis into a little baby's mouth. Like, why?
And they're even recording this.
What is going on in this country? And people just do these things and get away with it because they know that it's Nigeria, anything goes. But then you go outside the country, right? You go outside the country and you are arrested for the smallest sexual offense. And you know that it's a big deal.
A master's student, recently, a Nigerian master's student that was assaulting the patient. It was just a peck on the forehead or something.
You see?
He said he was just trying to care for her. He's in prison.
I wish we had more stringent laws like this in Nigeria because it's so crazy. I cannot even go out. I can't even walk out at night.
I was trying to come down from a bike about a month ago. A meat seller acting drunk, acting mad, just in that moment, I'm like, I don't get power where I want to fight, man. Men were there, bikers, Okada men. They did nothing. I came back to that same spot after I just shouted, I raised my voice and I left. I came back only for the bike man that was carrying me to tell me that man had tapped another lady between just going to buy something and coming outside. And I had to tell those bike men, like, is it until he slaps one of you before you chase him away from here, or before you do something to him? Like, he tapped me, nothing. You were not telling me sorry. I said, I don't need your sorry. I just need that guy not to tap someone else.
Yes. Because
I'm like, you see soldier, go tap him. You are tapping me and claiming that nothing is wrong with you. You're in your right senses. If you're not in your right senses, go in front of a moving truck or a moving trailer.
Exactly. Me, I just want to understand why these people don't speak up. I mean, personally, I can't even be in a place and I will see a grown man coming to call a child, a small girl, my wife, or stuff like those things. I will protest it. I will embarrass him. I don't care whether I know you or not. I'm going to embarrass you because why you calling a child girl, your wife? Okay. If she's your
pretty
niece,
girl, it's
exactly.
Okay.
If she's your niece, call her your niece. If she's your cousin, call her your cousin. She's not wife. Your wife. That is what most of them do to, create a sort of comfort so that the children can be comfortable around them, and before you know that they will not strike.
It's not normal. Any man that starts calling your daughter my wife, please, my baby, it's not normal. If you are not the father of the child. Even my father did not call me my wife. So who are you?
See, I'm saying I hope that people will actually watch this and listen. If you are a grown woman and you have a young daughter, even for the older ones, you need to still be praying that God will protect them. But this one, if you have children, don't let anybody call them their wife, carry them, put on their lap, they are rotating. See, these things used to be normal things, but the world is so perverted now. You can't even trust anybody. In a world where fathers are raping their daughters, uncles are defiling their nieces and all those things, you cannot even trust anybody. So you need to be stern and stringent with it. Anybody that is telling you are doing too much, tell them to shut up, because it's your child. They are not doing any too much. It's annoying. Every other day there's a news of one young girl sexual assault, one wicked thing being done to women, and it's just crazy. I hate it so much. And people are out there protecting them. Why are these guys now? The case has been reopened, right? Where are these people?
Nowhere to be found.
Where are these people? Even the girl that they said reported this stuff. The girl, she locked her account on Twitter, on X, pardon me. But then she's tweeting casually. The other day she was tweeting, I think, whether the only good things are permitted to happen to us. Are you mad? Your father and your brother destroyed the life of a young girl, and not just her entire family, because that family is never going to recover from that.
I saw the mother's interview.
Do you know what it means to lose somebody? Not just because that you lost somebody, you are losing somebody because.
The other day I saw a gay man. I was playing with the woman's baby and carried the baby. That girl can be less than 4. I took it to her chest, to her stomach. I had to call him to order. I said, this thing, I know say you dey play. If the mama of this girl catch you, you be outside, she go be as exactly. She will change it. I said, this thing you are doing, this is female. You cannot carry a female and you are doing to her chest. Even if she does not have breast, for what purpose exactly? How do you conceive that idea in your head? Someone that is not your child.
And there was a video I saw. This guy was talking about why she not come out, can't talk since 5 years. The thing just they happen, and I think that a lot of people are very desensitized towards rape. So you don't really understand the amount of trauma that it does. When somebody is raped, the first thing that is coming to your mind is not even to report.
There's this shame that you just wear instant.
I don't think I would not call it shame, but it's just shock. There's this shock that even rape is even a big deal. There is a way that somebody will even touch you, or there are some kind of things that they will even do to you that you'll be too stunned to speak. To even say that this happened to me. Yes.
Because how do you explain it?
Like, why would you even do that? You stop seeing this person as a human being, and in that moment you're just seeing them as a relief. What will I even call? I don't even know what to call it now. Something to just dunk your urges on, or just use them to relieve. Like, I need more men to see women as actual human beings.
Yeah.
John, like, please. And then you see when we're talking about things like this, other people, men, will now start coming out to say, men get abused too, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just telling you that is very tone deaf. Now, I'm not saying that men do not get abused. Of course, there are men who get abused. But you see, when the situation is that we're addressing the case of a young girl who was raped to death, you don't come out in that instant, in that moment, and start telling us about how men start getting raped as well. Because even the few times that I've seen men come out to talk about their sexual abuse stories, they had fellow men in the comments telling them to swear that they did not enjoy it and everything. Yeah. It's always the men too that will try to water down your experiences and tell you that, beggy, are you not a man, suck it up. So if when you see women taking up cases of assault against other women personally, don't come out and start telling us about how men get abused too and all of that. So please, if people are, there are always so many conferences for the girl child, this one, girl child, training your girl child. Many people think that it's easier to train the girl child, and I think that's a lie, because it's because people just feel like the girl needs more attention because she's going to be married off to a man in the future, and then the man that you are going to marry her off to, there's little or not training that is being given to that one. Please, I think International Men's Day, the International Day of the Girl Child is nice around the corner. You people should organize conferences, teach consent, teach people not to rape, teach people not to grope. How do they call it now? Because I cannot go to Yaba market and not have people pulling me like this.
You go replace.
I don't like this girl. Like, what? But please, it's really sad. Okay, and if anybody has been entrusted in your care, please protect them. Please protect them. Don't. I feel like it's the same thing that we're saying over and over and over and over again, and it's beginning to sound like a broken record. Because why is it so hard not to just assault women?
This is just one out of many. There are so many Ochanyas out there that we don't even know about. But I mean, let us know what you think. If you're also bitter and angry and frustrated at the system, more importantly, because the system permits for this to happen, the system is allowing it. It will happen again if we don't keep lending our voices out there. Even if we shout from now till tomorrow, just maybe this morning they don't rape another girl.
Yes.
Just maybe this morning they are aborting for a death. Let's not even talk about the series of abortions that happens with
child
even
marriage.
When you get, but
child marriage.
This is it from this end. Just drop comments, and of course, if you can also keep promoting, hashtag justice for
please,
Ochanya,
don't be silent.
keep doing that. Don't be silent
because this whole Trump thing now is trying to water down the momentum of this justice, because the trend is dying, and we have still not gotten justice yet. They said the case has been reopened. That's step 1. Step 2 is justice. Please,
those men deserve everything that girl went
through. The whole
through.
family.
They deserve the pain.
And I cannot even curse the boy now and say that somebody will do it to your daughter, because the daughter is also innocent. Do you understand? So I cannot be wishing an innocent girl this kind of experience as well.
It would go
so we need the man to suffer. You people need to suffer. A family.
This thing they will do to you. We don't need their daughters to suffer. They need to face the suffering. Exactly. Their daughters now. So what are we talking about?
With your daughter, you probably not feel it.
Guys, don't forget to drop comments, like, share, follow across all socials, Relufe TV. My name is AY with a double O.
And I'm R to the E to the vitamin baby. Justice for Ochaya.